You're watching National Streaming Sports, over 20 podcasts, 70 shows, and a 3.5-star rating on Roku TV.
Hey everybody, how you doing? Captain Jack here. Hopefully you can hear me. Been a little bit of cleaning up around the room. You might not see everything, but trust me, this much closer to having everything squared away. Because, we're off this week. Next week, Raiders go to Miami. The week after that, back in Vegas for the Broncos. Oh my God, Denver. You had one thing to do, and I picked them. I picked them to beat the Kansas City Chiefs, and I was a blocked field goal away from having that happen. I just felt it. Chiefs have been just coming by and winning and lucking out by that much. So, yeah, there's always hope. There's always hope. If you like, hopefully you can come into the show. Hope, there's that word again. Hopefully you'll come into the show. We are here on National Streaming Sports, as you saw the intro lay it out for you. Very well-respected network on Roku. I want to say hello to everybody that's over here. Kenneth Clark and Jimmy Farrell, at least if you've identified yourself. They have. Let's see. Ton 8-7 even. I'm probably screwing it up. New York Greedy, the 25. Reyes boxing. That's Angelo. Angelo, I haven't seen you in a while. Maybe we'll hear from Angelo tonight. MC Raider was here. MC Raider, I hope, will come in tonight because I'd like to hear from him. Sarah Glenn over there. These are folks that are over there on Instagram. I do like to pop in on Instagram. I am watching right now and I might have to adjust the color on my TV. I know the Lions uniforms are correct, but pinkish, reddish Texans jersey, isn't it? If you're watching, watch the game. Do not listen to the commentary. Chris Collinsworth gives you the runs, or will make you run to the bathroom to throw up, one or the other. And I think it's Al Michaels still there. I don't like to listen to any of those Raider hating fools. But if you're there, thank you. Hopefully we'll get MC Raider here. Hopefully Angela will be in here. Again, anybody that's here, please pop into the comment section. I see that there's maybe 9 people watching. I don't know who you are, other than Jimmy Farrell and Kenneth Clark. So Jimmy Farrell says Raiders need to follow Lions blueprints on winning. Okay, that means that they're going to have to take about 3 years to get their team right? I can see that. There it is. Wonderful touchdown to Sam Laporta. The guy that hopefully, and I say this, hopefully Michael Mayer will be more like this year once he comes back. I think that they said that Michael Mayer is close to being back. Laporta's a big old boy. So is Michael Mayer. Our wonderful tight end, who is the best tight end in football, I say that, and I try to say it unbiasedly, but Brock Bowers is the best tight end in football. We just need to use him more often. Twan's over there, so hopefully we'll hear from Twan tonight. I like hearing from people because you will hear me and see me on the National Streaming Sports Network for at least an hour. That's my time shift. 9 to 10 Eastern, I will be here. Anything else is up to you. And yes, I am wearing a Flyers jersey because I had a chance to see them Thursday. And if you were wondering where I was Thursday, I had to run a rerun because I was at the game, and it was so great to watch. And I will say this, my Philadelphia Flyers, they're mine. Anybody that's been hanging out with the team and was there when they won their first 2 Stanley Cups and has still stayed with them, you can say mine. Blaine Palmer 3 joined. Blaine Palmer, I know that name. Blaine, I know you, God, we've met, and you were a very high-placed executive, and you were here. I met you while you were in Florida one time, and then you went out to, I think you went out to Arizona. If that's you, pop in or say that was you. I know the name. And if that's not you, then say no, you're a schmuck, and this is who I am. But again, if you're here, thank you for being here. Share it up. It's a Sunday night. There's not a bunch of other things going on. Like I said, I've been watching football and cleaning my room all the last 2 days and eating. And I'm getting ready to do the Veterans Day run. Avakazi's over there in Australia. Hopefully we'll hear from Avakazi. I said, we got plenty of people that can come in and give their points. I say the Veterans Day run. I'm not running anywhere. Whoa, hell no. No, there's no way that this body could run. What I meant by that is the Veterans Day run where I go to as many restaurants as I can that are giving free food away for veterans. And, so I will go to Applebee's, I'll go to Chili's. I will, maybe even if I get up early enough, stop by Denny's and get a Denny's breakfast. I will go by Texas Roadhouse and Bubba's, and what else is there? Oh, there's donuts at Dunkin' Donuts at least, and then I will go right in my phone. Who is giving away free food? And I hate to sound like a glutton. I'm not a glutton, but it's like there's very few times that you can get your literal military discount, and then when they give you free food, I'm going to be there. I'm going to have to get as much free food as I can. And, take a couple bites, leave a good tip because you're getting your meal for free. I will much rather give the tip to the waiter or waitress as long as they're doing their job, which is pretty easy to do. If they're doing their job, I'll give them a good tip based upon what the meal would have cost and do all of that. And then I'll leave for the next one. But yeah, there's plenty of places to go. And I will be doing that entire day tomorrow. I think, was it Hooters is one too? I think Hooters, you get a free burger. Oh, it's an end around. It's a double reverse. And the Lions sniffed it out. And it's a 5-yard loss. Trickery was definitely seen by the Detroit defense. I want to see Jeffrey Theodos. You're over there on Instagram. Thank you for being here. Remember, like, share, bring it on up. And again, Jimmy Farrell's comment, the Lions blueprint, if that's true, it's gonna take 3 years. And I like to do it too. I really would. I'd like to do it too. By the way, I want to thank Jeff LaFontaine of the New England Raider Boosters. The nice care package I got in the mail there were patches, one for me, one for Captain Swagger. There was a coin, which was really cool. I got a T-shirt, which I will try to wear on the next time. Then going through all the things there's a lot of stuff that I've had in this office room, and it was all just kind of jumbled up. So now I'm like going through it and getting it sorted and putting it where it needs to be. So I will do that. Yeah, we'll talk football. We'll talk how the Kansas City Chiefs escaped. Man, that sucked. I just could feel it in my bones that Denver was going to win. They didn't. So let me go and look at, see if I'm missing any comments. I hope I'm not. Sometimes it freezes up on me. There we go. Okay. See, I have to do that. I don't see all the comments, and then I got to get them in. Other Aussies here, Las Vegas Raiders Live. Salute to you, chat. Matt Marinovich, is that a Flyers jersey by Jimmy Farrell? Yes. Carlos is here. Okay, and I like this comment that Matt pops in. With real OC Scott Turner, with Norris' help, and Ritter hopefully can improve the offense. The rest, I agree. But honestly, I've looked. We're the 5th pick right now. And we still got to play Miami. We still got to play. There's another team we got to play, Jacksonville. So those guys, Miami's behind us in the draft. But we still got to play Jacksonville. There's still another team that we got to play. That's in front of us. But I'm there, man. I hate saying this. I want to see an improvement, but I want to see losses. I wouldn't admit to that. Oh no, it's Mike Tirico. That's right. I'm sorry. Yeah, Tirico. Tirico's not as bad as Michael. Thank God. And we need to hire Ben Johnson. I'd hire Ben Johnson. Would Ben Johnson come to the Raiders? And happy Veterans Day to you. And thank you there, Ken Clark. But, Mundungus. And go back, Mundungus. I said it. I said Denver's going to win today. I'm not saying anything to piss you off. I'm just saying Denver's going to win today, and they should have. They should have. Go back and check the tape. I said, because everybody else was saying that Kansas City, and that's no. Denver's going to win. I was right. AJ, a.k.a. the Bishop, is in here as well, who also says tank. I can wait for 3 years because we'll be done in a position in a right. Yeah, but I don't know. Some of us might not be able to wait 3 years. Fred Souter, my buddy from up in north, was he like Gainesville, Ocala area? Good to see there, Fred Souter over there on, what is it, IG. I think the Chiefs' first loss will be versus the Raiders. I hope so. Are we fourth in the draft? No, unless somebody else. It was what I looked at. We were fifth. And this is funny because again, the bishop, the preacher, Devil's doing much better this year. Not in the religious sense. He's talking about, I think, the Jersey Devils. I'm assuming. I don't think that he would say that the Devils, as in like the Antichrist, are doing better this year. I just don't think so. Maybe we'll have AJ come in, aka the Bishop. Jimmy Farrell, I'm still waiting on you. And Mundungus. And gosh darn it, Mundungus. Please, if you can, if you have a chance, come in. You are allowed to come in. Yes, the New Jersey Devils. Thank you. I was like, he did not just say that. Because if he did, then I would say we need to get an exorcist out to Vegas immediately. By the way, if you have nothing else to do on a Sunday, Bishop AJ has his congregation in North Vegas. Come on out to his assembly, his congregation. I'm not sure I'm getting all the words right, but come on out and check out from Bishop AJ Brahill. Shane, the Slump God, joined over there on Instagram. Thank you as well. Yes, it is a flyer. I tell you what, I enjoyed the game. Flyers I didn't say didn't do anything, but they couldn't score. They couldn't score until late in the third period. They tied it up on a high shot that I don't know how it went in, but it was like it might have hit the crossbar and then it hit the back of Vasilevsky, went in behind him. But Vazzy was, and again, I root for the Lightning pretty much every time that they're playing, except when they're playing my Flyers. That's when I wear my Flyers jersey. 1 or 2 times a year, depending upon the schedule. And people are like, get out, why are you wearing a freaking Flyers? I said, the guy I'm wearing, by the way, is Atkinson, who actually plays for the Lightning. I didn't know that. Currently, we are in 4th and tied for 3rd. No, I'm talking about the draft, AJ. I'm talking about the draft, the 5th pick. The 5th pick. We have the 5th pick right now. Yeah, we have the 5th pick. I ain't talking about the AFC West. That's done. Oh, I don't know. It's like I said, they might be tied, but it's like because of strength of schedule and all this other stuff. What I saw was we have the 5th pick. And here it is. In order to get somebody like Ben Johnson, who I just saw on TV, in order to get somebody like Ben Johnson to come in, you got to have a high pick. You got to say, listen, we have a high pick in the draft, and we're going after a quarterback, and you are an offensive dude, and here it is. And if we're not that high, we got to trade up. This year, we didn't do it last year. Okay, well, different sources. I did Google. Oh yeah, that's hands in the face. That's hands in the face. Hunter, I think, is the guy that came over from the Vikings. God, look at the arms on that son of a bitch. Jesus. Sorry. Not trying to be blasphemous. But yes, I am watching the game. Houston surprisingly is winning 13-7 with 7 minutes and 42 seconds left in the second. Bundungus, come on in, brother. I'm gonna put the link up. little early. Wow, I've only been talking 20 minutes. Normally, I normally go talk for a whole half an hour. Oh, yeah. Oh, a fumbleception, which is in the hands of the. Oh God, I didn't realize that they were that close. The Texans got a fumbleception. Who got the ball? It was like a throw. Okay, because his hand was in motion. Aha, hands in motion. Tip, doink, and caught. New England Raider boosters. There we go. Jeff, I was talking about you while you were away. I said thank you for the wonderful care package. Great triple X. I think it's a triple. I'm pretty sure it's a triple X T-shirt, 2 patches, and that wonderful 20th anniversary coin from New England Raider boosters. Great. Ooh, nice tackle. Okay, they're on the 36. You're welcome to. If we tank, we can get you first or second time. I agree. I agree. But we also need the people in front of us to win. Cleveland needs to win, especially because we have that. Yeah, I know Jimmy Farrell's a forward pass. I'm just saying it was kind of like a fumbleception, like an interception fumble. Anyway, Cleveland needs to start winning. Okay, Jacksonville needs to start winning. They can do that against us. The Saints need to win. They won today, thank God. They didn't like it, so I was actually rooting for the Falcons that way. And it was like, wow, Derek Carr played pretty well. But we need to lose. I hate saying it. I don't like saying it. Did I put the link? No, I didn't put the link up yet. Okay. I need to see what's going on. I'm going to put the link up. If you want to pop in, if Mundungus wants to pop in and talk about, my God, I just feel horrible. And hopefully, maybe even Angelo, because he was over there, Reyes Boxing over there on Instagram. Hopefully, he'll pop in over here. There's the link. I throw it up over there on Instagram as well. Come into the show. Raiders need to pick the right draft pick. Doesn't matter where they are. That's true. And that's the thing that we're talking about is like, I'm sorry, I do not want Shedeur Sanders. Now, if the Raiders take Shedeur Sanders and he is the greatest thing since whatever, I ain't gonna say sliced bread. I'm just saying if he's the greatest thing since whatever and can do things, great. But I just don't think he will be. I think he's a bunch of huff and puff with a bad attitude. And maybe I'm wrong. I like Cam Ward. I know that Miami lost yesterday for like the first time. I was looking at Jackson Dart from Mississippi yesterday. Okay. Jackson Dart, dude looked amazing. And I like Dylan Gabriel. I really do. I like Dylan Gabriel. I like Jackson Dart. I like Cam Ward. But it looks like, oh my goodness, it looks like Sanders wants to be a Raider, and allegedly Tom Brady likes Shedeur Sanders, unless this is all just people blowing stuff up. Maybe it's a bunch of huff and puff too. I don't want Sanders. I don't. Again, whoever we pick better fucking work. But whoever we pick, we need to get a great tackle. We need to get some good guards in there. We need to improve our offense tremendously. And we still need a few players on defense. And then here's the other thing. The guys that are free agents at the end of the year, the guys that are playing for that contract, okay, do you want to give it to Divine Diablo? No. Do you want to give it to Spillane? Yeah. Do you want to give it to Trevon Merrick? Yeah. They're saying that there's other people that are going to give us the money. But yeah, Merrick, sure. Spillane, sure. Need some more. Need some faster, linebackers. Kuntz, you can probably get at a bargain discount because of his injury. Brady's been mentoring him. Okay, really? Okay. If he's mentoring him, he better be able to do all the crap that we need him to do. Love the quarterback kid from Penn State. Don't know who that is. I have not been watching James Franklin in Penn State. Speaking of Penn State, any team drafts the tight end from Penn State going to get a real good player. Again, Jimmy Farrell, I know you're up there in Pittsburgh area, so you can see it. Don't know anything about the quarterback from Penn State. Don't know anything about the tight end. Really, I don't. But, I don't need to know about him now. The reason why is because there's going to be draft book after draft book. And by the way, I will most likely be at the draft. Knock wood. I think that counts if it's poster, ply, whatever. Here, that's definitely better wood. But I will probably be at the draft. In Green Bay. Might be cold. But if I can get through Fort Leavenworth in January, I can get through whatever Green Bay throws at me in March or April. The next time I go to work will be at Fort Leavenworth. It'll be late January, early February. It's money. Gotta have that. So, did I put the link up yet? Did I not? Yeah, I did. Here. You want to come into the show, please hit the link. You want to come into the show, please hit the link. I'll put it up again. In fact, I'll say, come into the show. I will copy that. Pardon me. Ooh. Pardon me on that. Hit the link. There you go. Put it up over there in Instagram as well. So we're all there. Come into the show. Raiders would finally be thinking smart if we draft Ward. Like I said, I like Ward. Okay, and some more stuff from Jeff. Connection break goes back to 2020 when the two began training over the years. Brady's become more than just a mentor to center, offering guidance that has helped shape his. I'm sure that's probably his rise to start in the college football. Okay. Hey, great. I don't care who it is. The kid better perform. Kid better perform. He just reminds me of, the LaMelo, Luangelo, all the balls, because they're, the annoying father with his sons. Okay, that's just what it reminds me of. But that's the way it is. Hey, we're gonna have. Hey, we do got a guest. Thank goodness. I was gonna say I hate doing these shows by myself. So let me bring in on this Sunday, this day of blessedness. I think I said that right. Bring in the bishop himself. Bishop, how you doing there, sir? Good to see you.
Hey, how you guys doing? What's up, Cap?
I'm good. How you doing, bud?
Yar,
Like I
salty.
said, I'm getting ready for my Veterans Day. I'm getting ready for my Veterans Day run to see how much food I can pack in a 24-hour period.
Well, I tried to get my early eat on over at Chipotle, and they, because I got a procedure in the afternoon tomorrow, so I got to fast for about 8 hours, but no military discount.
They didn't eat, yeah, really? Well,
I'm gonna tell you something.
if they're not going to give you, if they're not going to give you one, just wait. By the way, I have the same jersey you do, except I got it in blue.
Yeah, I like the white one a little bit.
I got that same jersey.
It reminds me, yeah. Our white is better than any other force out there, so we wear it better.
Okay.
But
Coming from that, I know you don't do that. I know, but I just, it's just my way of saying I'm reading.
Thank you, and
It's
it's been a while since it's been a while since I've been on. I just wanted to come in and show some respect to Captain Jack and the show and all the Raiders out there and the family. I know that, like me, I'm not going to pretend that I can, how do you say, know how everyone feels within the Raider community. But the true problem that I have, and I was talking to my gorgeous wife about this just the other day. I said, it's really strange that since Charles Woodson has left the Raiders, Tim Brown, and I would say the old guard, if you will, there's something wrong. And when Al Davis passed away, something kind of left. And it looks like it's called the respect and the decorum and the pride, if you will, of wearing the silver and black. And I don't see the, players play with the gumption. Tim Brown, he played a long time with the Raiders, the Oakland Raiders. And I don't remember him ever really whining or being in the media or talking smack or talking about I want to trade or being a prima donna. Never.
Mm-hmm.
He was a class act from the time we drafted him all the way till he retired as a Raider. And one thing is true. We just don't see it no more. What we see now is someone signs a contract and, so sooner or later they blow their nose next week and they want out of here. Antonio Brown, thank you. You see that right there? That's right. The O. And I'm from there. It's a difference. Charles Woodson, he played with passion and grit and grind. These players today, it makes me sick to my stomach because it seems like there's something going on in the Raider organization. They just don't walk in there and have it no more. Now, there's a few players that play with that attitude, if you will, but it's not as a team. It's not as a unit. And I want my team to tank so bad because the only thing that was bringing me any kind of distraction was my LA Dodgers winning the chip. And now that they've done it, I'm depressed because I can't watch that monkey business that goes on with our silver and black. A lot of us have worn that colors with pride, passion, zeal, a certain type of swagger, an attitude, you name it. But you mean to tell me that any team we play fills up our stadium? I don't recognize that. And that means that, in my best guess, dare I say it, Captain, I don't think the Raiders are going to stay in Vegas in the next 3 to 5 years. They don't own the stadium. They're leasing it. I don't see them staying here. I got my ear to the ground.
Wow. Okay. And because you live there, and I hope you haven't frozen up because you live there, what have you heard? Or is this just hearsay? Is this just hearsay, or is this like, so it's got, because you know me, I'm an intel guy. If you hear something, I want to know the sourcing of it. If it's a confidential source, that's
since
fine.
the Raiders have come here, they've done nothing. Mark Davis owns the Aces. They've won 2 titles. They are the talk of the toast of the town. The Golden Knights have won a chip.
Right.
They're about to bring an LA team. I mean, not an LA team, but an NBA team to the city. The Oakland A's are moving here. They've got rings. They might get one. Who knows? Dare I might say they may beat my Dodgers. The Yankees couldn't even sniff one against that powerhouse club we got, but that's another conversation. But yes, they do not care for the dog and pony show that does not sell out for its fans. The ticket prices are ridiculously high. Nothing is comparable to what we paid for in Oakland. And we as fans sold that place out, losing season after losing season. But when you have other fans chanting for the other team that comes to town, the Niners, the Chiefs, the Chargers, dare I say they got fans, but it's disgusting.
No, not the Chargers. No, not the Chargers. Well, it is disgusting. But I'm gonna, because I'm gonna get you on everything that you say that's correct. Niners, yes. Chiefs, yes. No, not the Chargers. They did not.
You know what I mean.
They did not have more than 50% every time.
I don't understand.
I know what the thought was.
Because they don't want that here. They don't want it. You know Vegas. Everything's high class or nothing. They ain't having it. They bring Formula One here. I don't like it, but I know why they do it, because they need money in the winter. They need revenue.
Yeah,
but it's not going to be trash.
But you know what? Formula One, from what I understand, is tanking in Vegas. People don't like Formula One in Vegas. As far as the money that is being put out, they're not getting a lot of bang out of the buck.
It won't be long.
There. So I hear that.
They
got their 10-year contract. This will be year 2.
Back to the Raiders. They don't own that stadium. That's a lease. And that's why you have the low budget airline as a sponsor on that building, because otherwise you'd have something more, But again, back to the Raiders. Mark Davis doesn't have the liquid monetary asset beyond the Aces. So that's why he's bringing in Tom Brady. I believe Mark's mom is going to want to sell that team, and the writing is on the wall. I don't see him staying here.
I got that. I mean, Carol is going to sell the team, or she's going to die. One or the other.
It's coming.
That's fait accompli. Right. I think I said that correctly in French. Fait accompli. Okay. She's either going to croak, or she's going to say, "Hey, we're going to get rid of it." And the thing is that Mark Davis doesn't have the liquid to cover what he needs to pay in the taxes that comes with the team being sold. He doesn't have the bucks, which is why he's farming out.
Because that's what else I was going to point out to you. You and I both serve and watch this stinking thing that just really stinks up the joint here. Here in Clark County, Nevada has no state income tax. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
But homes are going up like hotcakes out here. Now, we got in 2021 at a good 300 something. But watch this. Homes now, my same home is worth around 4, close to 5. Imagine the tax on that. Where's all the taxes going if there's no state income tax? Hello. If you're not a player in this county and you're not paying, and Mark ain't, he's not a player.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a figurehead, if you will. He's not pushing that money. So at the end of the day, if they don't start producing, they're going to tell them to get out of here. Okay.
Okay. Well, and that's where, and see, now I understand where your line of thinking was, is that because it's a lease, the people that lease the stadium can say, just like there was in Oakland, they said, you're out of here. We don't want you anymore. Your lease is up. Bye. And they did that to the Raiders in Oakland, which is why they were looking at other places to go. And they were looking at LA, and Kroenke wanted no part of that because he knew that if the Raiders went to LA, he wouldn't have a product because the Raiders own LA anyway. So he wasn't going to allow that to happen. That's why the friggin' Garglers are there, because they're not a threat. They're not a threat. But so if you have a owner with deep pockets to do things like the Broncos did with the Walton folks, okay? The Broncos did it right because Sam Walton and the boys, or whoever the fuck is, in that family thing, they have money. They have bags. They have bags of money. Is there anybody else that can come in and say, I want the Raiders? I don't know of anybody, but maybe we're not thinking hard enough.
No, there's people that want it. The problem is the NFL. And that in itself is a hard sell because you got to satisfy them. You got to pay some of them to go along with your idea. And if you're not okay with that, that's a hard sell. Tom Brady didn't come overnight and get 10% as a minority owner. He fought with that. Raiders lease is 30 years. That don't mean a thing. They build a casino here and tear it down the year after. It don't mean a thing. Contracts are nothing compared to the bottom line. And I'm telling you, the politics out here, if you were here, you probably pack up and move if it's not for the kind-hearted, okay? Or the weak at heart, so they say. But you got to understand that if you can put yourself on a platform of owning an NFL team, you're going to have to pay much higher than your operating cost to keep that show going. And if you don't have it, you move to Las Vegas, okay? The average person and homeowner here don't go to the game because they can't afford it. They get for gimmicks and give backs at casinos and wherever they can get it from. I know. And I have yet to be at a game there because I flat out I'm not going to pay for that. A ticket alone for me is like porno.
And I've said this. I don't know whether you picked up, because you might not have picked up on it. But by the way, Immortal Frog and Raider Rich One and Ivan Sosa Jr. over there on Instagram. Thank you for being here. Lovely Quinn as well. I don't know if you know this, AJ, but like I said, I stated the Raiders have 9 home games next year, not counting preseason. because I don't go to preseason. I will sell them in a minute or gift them because, they're – and I was lucky that they had San Francisco and Dallas, so I got them sold because those are games that people want to see because of the fan base, right? 9 regular home season games next year in Vegas, I'm selling 4 or 5 of them because I'm not going out there for a shitty product. I'm not doing it. I will sell 4, if not 5, and I am the biggest fan, and I'm loyal. I'm loyal to my team. I love my team, but I'm not fucking going because I have to do flights, right? And
Come on.
that's money, and I have a timeshare, so that's not an issue because I got to pay on my timeshare anyway. But I have to spread the timeshare, so might be a game, especially when there's 9 games, where I don't have all of the time for those 9 games. I'm not going to go out there for maybe 4, maybe 5 games next year. And I am saying this, and no, I don't want to hear fucking shit from anybody that says I'm not a true fan. Fuck you. I'm the one that's paying for these tickets, right? I'm putting them up, and I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck who's in my seats. I don't give a fuck who's in my seats. You know why? As long as I'm getting my money out of them, I don't give a fuck. I hope that it's Raider. But
that's the part. That's the part I was talking about at the beginning. The precipice of the foundation as a Raider fan. Take the costume and the garb and all that out. Your pocketbook is about to pay.
Costume.
No, you understand what I'm saying. I mean, no disrespect. I'm saying you gotta buy an airplane ticket. That's at least 2 weeks in advance for the modern folk who know how to fly. Then you got to think about where you're gonna lay your head because the game don't end on the time you need to get another flight back, and sometimes they don't have a red eye, so you got to stay at night and lay your head at someplace, and then the transportation. In 2006, I had a season ticket, and I was living in Arizona, and they called me up to renew for 2007, and I said, for what? What you're putting out on that field does not constitute me to move my credit card. Okay? And I'm not motivated to do what I would like to do is enjoy something. In fact, I want to put a paper bag over my head. You had the likes of Marquez Pope out there. Okay? You was rolling out guys that just was traitors, wearing our uniform and acting like they're Raiders because they put on the helmet and supported that shield. No, y'all's a bunch of frauds. And I was not going to pay one dime for that. And I'm not going to do it in 2024. Right here locally. Okay? And I don't care. Okay? I can get somebody to preach for me on Sunday. I could go to the game. But why am I going to pay? Even if it was a good team that year, why am I going to pay that crazy amount when I could sit at home and watch my TV, my nice 70-inch, my lazy boy recliner chair, eat the great good food my wife has given me, and we both sit there, and when they suck, I can turn it off. Okay?
By the way, I'm still waiting on dinner. I just figured I'd get that in there.
It's coming, brother. It's coming, and I owe you. You're a dear friend of me.
While I was out there before, that's right. I got to get them on there, and I know it is, and I want some. Anyway, back to point. I'm sorry, sir. Go ahead.
But not to take it all up, man. I'm gonna just tell you the thing to me is when I look at these college quarterbacks, I'm looking like you are, Captain, yesterday at the TV, and there's a lot. Even the smaller schools, Indiana, Utah, You know, I'm looking. I'm like, which one gonna be? All right, let me try to put a silver and black uniform. Let me see. Oh, he look good. He look good. I asked my wife. She said, "Yeah, yeah." And they got some guys. They got some speed, some running backs. Man, we need a running back. We need a quarterback. We need an offensive line, and we need a wide receiver or 2 or 3. Can't get all that in the top pick. You only pick one, and you got to hope you get lucky round 2 and 3. And what you think?
Yeah.
It's a crapshoot.
Well, that's why I'm thinking my top pick is going to be. It is a crapshoot. I said I want the best quarterback, and if it's Shedeur Sanders, the motherfucker better fucking perform. I like Ward. I like Dylan Gabriel. And Jackson Dart ain't bad either. But again, the motherfucker better perform. And by the way, he needs a fucking time. I'm sorry, I'm dropping F-bombs there, but he needs a tackle and 2 guards to be in front of him, because JPJ is going to center next year. Okay, get rid of that fucking contract you gave to James, who's worthless as shit. JPJ is going to be center next year, right? You need 2 guards, because Dylan Parham is light in the ass. And, great for that zone blocking shit, but he really isn't. By the way, stop fucking zone blocking. I want to see if Philbin changes that now.
Yep. You got to punch him right in the face.
I sound like the warden. I sound like the warden in Shawshank Redemption. Not yesterday. Not after breakfast. Now. I want the zone blocking shit stopped now. Not next Tuesday. Not after breakfast. Now.
I want the guy coaching our team to come from the movie From the Longest Yard, the most recent one. I want that attitude. I want that kind of nastiness. I want the drop kick in the chest. I want the brass knuckles. I want the, you know what I mean? Yeah, I'm getting a flag, but I'm going to earn it. Yeah, and if you need to throw the ball at the balls of the ref who's over there giving it to you without the grease, well, then do it to him twice. Drop that sucker. I'm going to tell you something.
Yeah, right.
This time, when we pick a quarterback, Ward, how old is he? Isn't he 25 already?
He's a little older.
Oh,
he's a little older, because I think he's like a 5th-year senior.
I'm not doing that.
I'll look. Hang on.
I'm not doing that because
I'll do a Google
you only
search.
get a lifespan on these guys 3 to 5 years. Then he's done at that age. That's like a free agent.
Okay. No. Cam Ward's only 22. Dylan Gabriel's older because he's been playing a couple. He's like he has the most time in Dylan Gabriel played for UCF and Oregon. So yeah, Cam Ward is 22. Shedeur Sanders is 22. So no, they are young. I'm going to say Dylan Gabriel. I'll see how old he is. I know that he is older. Dylan Gabriel is what? He's only 23? Wow. Okay. I thought he was older. Carson Beck's 22.
Okay.
Will
so
Howard,
then we get him.
The kid from Ohio State, he's 23. So
if we draft him, he'll be 24 by the time he's suiting up and practice. So the question is, the other quarterbacks. What's the kid from Oregon? How's he looking?
He's good. Like I said, he's the one that's 23, and he's got a lot of experience. He's kind of like what Jaden Daniels was, where Jaden Daniels played for what was it, Arizona, or it was Arizona, right? He played for Arizona, and then he went to LSU, right? So he played for 2 programs. Dylan Gabriel, I said, just look, he's 23. He's 23. Yeah. Jackson Hart's 21. I don't know if he's eligible.
The quarterback
gotta see.
I
I don't know
saw
what
playing
if
for the quarterback I saw playing for Alabama yesterday. That dude is lights out. He can run the option.
Milrow.
He good.
Yeah, he
Can he
well
throw?
he let's see. He's 21, Jalen Milrow. Yeah. He's got a birthday coming up December 13th, so he'll be 22 on December 13th. So yeah,
Right,
he's 21
but
right now. He's going to be 22. So
you've seen more of him on the film. What do you think?
I think that Milrow is. I think he's going to be just like Bryce Young. I think it's programmed, and it's like I don't think he's going to be all that in a biscuit. I've been known to be wrong before, but I don't think Milrow is going to be like that. Shador is pro ready, but I don't like it. And Desert Raider said that Shador Sanders, he'll start immediately. However, again, it's the attitude. It's the attitude that I'm worried about. So, and like I said, if Tom Brady's been tutoring him or mentoring him, if it comes out where Brady thinks that he's it, and remember, Brady is our minority owner who's already in the ear, Mark Davis.
Well, because Mark's not in. Mark's not in.
Well, Mark doesn't know shit. Mark don't know shit.
Mark don't
And
know
NFL
football. He's something else over here with the WNBA, and they rock. They can ball. Okay, they got my respect.
Yeah.
Okay, but I don't think the NFL is his thing. He needs to slowly step out of the picture. I wouldn't mind.
He will one way or another. I said when Carroll dies, he will be in a position where he's not going to be all that in a biscuit because he's going to have to sell, or he's going to have to find people who know what the fuck they're doing.
Well, Tom Brady, from all markers, just being a fly on the wall out here.
And Tom Brady, Tom Brady don't know what the fuck does Tom Brady know? By the way, I'm serious. What does Tom Brady know?
Some could say the same thing about Vrabel, but he got that team to play, and so sometimes there's lightning in a bottle. We don't know yet. I'll tell you this: he know a lot more than Mark Davis, a whole lot more. And it's 7 rings.
I know more than Mark Davis. That's not saying a lot.
I played the game, high school, college. I'm just saying this. When they get whoever it is that's going to be the quarterback, ain't no more excuses. Okay? The question is, if we got $100 and some odd $1 million under the cap, who are we going to recruit to come out here to Las Vegas? It don't look good, Cap. See, Crosby, he one guy. And I wonder when he going to start singing that tune, I want out of here. Okay? I just don't understand how whatever Kool-Aid they're drinking or not drinking in the Raider administrative offices, why it ain't translating to the football field. There's 31 other teams, and then there's the Raiders. That's it. That's all. All that other stuff don't even matter. You got to get used to it. It may not be your team you was hoping to play for, but if you get drafted by this organization, you a Raider. You better come in here with your lunchbox and your blue collar and your steel toe boots. Okay? And don't be asking no questions.
Used to be. Used to be
I'm
that.
saying
Used to
that's
be that. That's the way.
that's what I know.
That's what you know. That's what I know. That's what a large majority of us know. That's not the way it is, brother. That's not the way it is. That's historical. That's historical. It ain't like that anymore. And we started on that. That's the way it is. By the way, if you want to come into the show, and please do. Like I said, my buddy Jeff LaFontaine from New England Raider Boosters, or Jimmy Farrell or Avikazi, who was over there, Angelo, anybody, because they were over here, but they're not in. So
He says
I
my
wanna see
unborn grandson knows more than Mark Davis. And and Captain, how about my Dodgers, man?
they did one good thing this year. They beat the Mets.
The Mets.
That's all I'm saying. They beat the Mets because they should have been playing the Phillies.
That's their fault. The Phillies blew that.
And that's the only thing that I cared about. Yeah, they did. They did. But you know what? We'll see. Again, it's another year to hopefully get things done in the pipeline. I don't know if the Dodgers are going to be all that in the biscuit next year. We'll see, because every year.
Well, I want to toot my horn just a little bit, if I may. The Dodgers were playing with a hurt Freddie Freeman. They beat, and Freddie Freeman was the MVP, and he homered in, every game there. So what I'm trying to understand is the Yankees, they said, was going to match the Dodgers, but in my humbled opinion, I don't care if Pedro Martinez was out there, or Sandy Koufax, or Raleigh Fingers, or whoever else. You got to face Shohei, Mookie Betts, Freddie Freeman, Will Smith, Teoscar Hernandez, Muncy, and whoever else back there. And they're saying Shohei,
who was 0 for 23 in the series.
That's right, because
his name out there.
He just came off an injury.
23.
He just came off an injury.
Look it up.
He just came back from injury.
Here, right to my fucking nuts.
And we had three pitchers, three strong pitchers, and we still beat them with a bullpen. We beat the pants off the Padres.
The Dodgers deserved it this year. They did.
And in 2020?
They deserved it this year.
We didn't have Shohei in 2020.
Hey, here, and you know what? It's a new season because people are already moving. So you can toot and you can take your doobie, get a nice big toke on that son of a bitch, and then pass it. It's puff, puff, pass, motherfucker. Puff, puff, pass.
9 more rings. Nine. Shohei said, I want 9 more. And by the way, he's pitching this next season. We're going to have more pitchers coming.
I think that
Webb's coming back. Glasnow's coming back. Kershaw said this is his last year. And we got Walker Buehler and Yamamoto. Who? And now we're gonna get the other pitcher from overseas.
You don't got Walker Buehler because they didn't offer him a fucking contract.
It's coming.
They didn't offer Walker Buehler a contract.
It's coming. Okay. If it wasn't for him, we might not have won that series. Okay. Now I'm saying no other team in the league can put up and match the Dodgers pound for pound, 10 runs a game.
People played out of their minds and they won. They won.
Right.
So like I said, you got one more minute. You got one more minute to talk smack about your LA Dodgers. In fact, now you got 45 seconds because I'm taking over your man. You got 45 more seconds to talk shit. You know why? Because it's the new season. It is the end of the 2024
We're going to represent the West. We're going to represent the West again. We're going to win the NLCS, and we're going to get that chip. Nobody in the American League can beat us. The real competition is in the National League. You know I'm talking the truth.
You might win the NLCS. I think you probably will win the NLCS. But you winning the NLCS already? Throw your hat out on the field and say, just be
Yes, I'm not confident.
It won't work like that.
God wills it.
Okay, and by the way, like I said, Ed is my Dodgers dude. If the Dodgers get the pitcher from Japan, Bueller and Flattery are gone.
Flattery's kind of here today. You know, we rented him for a year.
It's a whole different year, man. It's a whole different year. And it started the minute that the guy squeezed the ball to win the championship game, the year's done. Like I said, puff, puff, pass, rest on, and your 45 seconds are done. Okay, it's a new year. It's 25.
I'll tell you what. I said it last year when we got Shohei. That's it. When he got added to that roster, I looked at the roster and I said, damn, that's a lot of firepower. I do not see an easy out. Okay. And I'm not talking smug here. I'm being flat out bone honest. If I'm a pitcher and I got to face that, okay, in a World Series, that's a hard out, man. You got to have your stuff against 9 pitchers. 9 hitters. And one of those hitters, who's the first one, is also a pitcher. That's Babe Ruth stuff right there.
And I think I tell you what though. And I mean this not to be an asshole. I really think that Shohei's year was so much better this year because he didn't have to pitch. There will be a difference next year if he pitches. There will be a difference. He won't be able to be the dynamic off. He'll still be Ohtani, but he's going to be Ohtani light. He's not going to be the guy.
And if he does it,
so we'll see that.
And if he does it and shuts a lot of the critics up and actually does what people think he can do or can't do. The guy's still young, man. He's very young.
Then you can crow. By the way, the Lions just intercepted Stroud at the very beginning of the third quarter. So was it the first play? I'm sorry, I thought I was watching.
I think
14:56. So it must have been the first play.
I think they're going to win the Super Bowl. Okay, the Chiefs,
the Lions. God,
yep.
I hope so.
I think they are because they, out of all the teams, the Chiefs don't scare me. They're very beatable. If your defense can play as half as good for 4 quarters, especially in the second half, if you got the lead against them, all you got to do is hold on. And if you can get a couple of stops, you beat them. Detroit just keeps laying on you. And I think they're coming back. I don't see San Francisco doing it. I think it's going to be them and Philly going head to head and try to, have something to say. Jaden Daniels in Washington, they might show up in the playoffs, but if he's healthy, that's the wild card right there. Okay. I don't know if Minnesota's going to do that. It looks like it's a bloodbath up there in the north Midwest. So I like to call it, but you know what? I really don't care. It ain't my team going to win. Will I watch it?
Hey, AJ,
Probably.
AJ, I'm gonna let you meet Jeff, and then we're gonna get your ass out of here.
Oh, you
Because
gonna do
we've
that to
had
me on
way
Veterans Day,
a lot of
man?
time. Jeff is here.
You gonna pick?
It's not Veterans Day yet. There's still another 1 hour or what, 2 hours.
Hey,
Yeah,
bull crap! Every day is Veterans
What's up,
Day.
guys?
50 minutes.
What's up, man?
What's going on? Sorry, I was just texting while I was sitting backstage in the green room.
Yeah,
What's
yeah,
going on?
he
Happy
was getting ready.
birthday to
By the
both
way,
of you
Jeff,
tomorrow.
thank you there, Jeff. And again, Jeff, this is the Bishop. He would get pissed off when I called him Raider Rev. He goes, I ain't no reverend. I'm well above a reverend. Reverend, that's like 2 or 3 grades below me. So yeah, I would say, excuse
You
me.
got to put some respect on my name, man.
And
Come on now. I've earned it.
I could have. Hey,
Good night.
I could have said, hey, at least you don't do boys in the rectory. That's all I can say. Okay. I know, there was things there. That's my respect. I said, I know you ain't doing boys.
Nah, there ain't no flights. So there ain't no flights to the Vatican in Rome, man. Nah, I don't do that.
Yeah.
Just from listening to you and Cap,
this is
you live
AJ.
in Vegas?
And by the way, AJ,
Yeah.
he does live in Vegas. Yes. And
Yeah.
AJ's been a friend for God. How long have I known you, AJ?
Huh?
It's been about 10 years,
Longer than that, Cap.
maybe.
Longer than that.
Okay. I want to go. We're old Navy dudes, and but I wanted to make sure that before I escorted you out off stage, that I let you talk with Jeff as well. Yes, I saw it off through another pick.
I got to ask you questions.
Oh, by the way,
You?
Oh, great. I'm blessed. Go ahead now.
We're good. Go ahead.
I got to ask you a question.
talk,
Living in Vegas, how miserable is everybody living out there being a Raiders fan right now? Because I mean, you're living amongst a shit ton of Raiders fans. I mean, I'm in New England, so I don't have that many around other than whoever's in the club with me. I'm sure it's going to be a totally different atmosphere.
I would say 4 out of 6 cars, Raider paraphernalia is on the vehicle.
Yeah.
We still rock it. I still got it on my head, rest everywhere. I'm not changing that. It's just it's hard to describe the feeling except just to say disgust. How many times have we been down this road? How many times have we said next year? How many times have we said wait till the draft? How many times have we said, we just need, a couple more pieces here, or if we plug a guy in there, maybe if we get that coach, maybe if we get that coordinator. Remember? That's the same feeling every year.
Dude, we're like we're a perpetual broken record.
Right.
Year. We're repeating the same shit every year. We say this
every year.
Some of those baseball movies, like what was it, Major League? Well, maybe next year. It's the same crap.
I saw a Chief fan down the street from me. She knows Hollins, who used to play for the Raiders. He's now with Buffalo, and so they're related. And I said to her, because I was getting the mail.
Hell of a game. Yeah, the hell of
and listen,
a game.
Listen, I said to her, because she's wearing I think the a shirt or a hat or something, and I said, I can't even talk today. By the way, congratulations on the Super Bowl. You just beat us. I had nothing to say. And I love to rub it in. Ooh, I'll tell them, you lost. You about 4-hour flight away from here. Let me show you where the airport is. Maybe you can catch Greyhound. Something, but get out of here. And you got all these transplanted this one's a that fan. This is Dallas fan be talking at the VA. They won one game and they was yelling Super Bowl, and me and the
that's
rest of the
Cowboys
dudes,
fans.
Giants fans and Philly fan, was all look like this. And I said, oh yeah, you know that young kid that plays up the road up there in Washington, he gonna have your number for the next 8 to 10 years.
Oh yeah,
Get used to it. Get used to it.
you get him
And he
some
gonna
better
beat
weapons
you.
around him and everything, and their defense steps up again. That I'm telling you what, the Redskins are coming back.
Yup.
They're coming
Yup.
back. I still call them the Redskins. I refuse to call them the Commanders.
I hated it. I knew when they drafted him, I said, oh shit. God dog.
They're gonna rule that division for a while. Well, you got to look at it. The Eagles are getting older. You know, Dallas is in disarray every year. They're just as bad, if not probably worse than us. You know, now they've lost Prescott for the rest of the year. The Giants are the Giants. They can't even get out of their own way. It's horrible. You know, they should have won that game today too. But you know, so I mean, it's the Redskins' time to take that division back, like they did in the '80s. It's their time again, and they've got the right pieces of the puzzle. They just need a little bit more fine tuning. They're going to be a force to be reckoned with. I'm telling you.
I like their
weren't
chances.
thinking that at the beginning of the season. You know,
Right.
I think they're going to win the division this year. To be honest with you,
out of the quarterbacks, Caleb Williams, I was shaking my head when he got drafted number 1. I said, "You gonna pick him over Jaden? Oh, Chicago, you just blew it. Your best day was this guy." But no,
I don't know. I think I saw it online actually. They showed the stats comparison between Justin Fields this season. I'm sorry, last year when he was still in Chicago, and Caleb Williams' stats for this year. Dude, they mirror each other. So you gave up on this kid and brought in another kid that plays exactly the same way, has put the almost to the T the exact same stats. You know, so
they should have kept Justin Fields. Right.
They should have kept Justin Fields.
Right.
I don't know why they just gave up on the kid. Your coaches were stable, but they keep moving all the good moving parts around him. You know, you're using wide receivers. You're not bringing in good wide receivers. You're fluctuating like crazy with your running backs. I mean, it's almost, again, it's another mirror image team of the Raiders. You know, did you see that article that just came out? I think it came out yesterday about the meeting that the Raiders had.
Look what we got.
Yahtzee. Yeah, that it was horrible. It was
stuck in Chicago, but we get him and we fire him before the season's over.
Yeah, that it was a lot of the meeting last year was good because it got rid of fucking McDaniels. That was a good thing. The meeting this year, there was a lot of hate and discontent that wasn't really settled, and that's why I really think that the Raiders are not going to be anything positive for the remainder of the year, because there's a lot of dissension in that locker room, even with Getsy gone. I think that they'll be better because they'll actually, and I said that I think that Little Turner, not Norv, but Little Turner with Norv's guidance will turn around the offense, as long as they have fucking Philbin tell them to fucking power block. That's the first thing to do.
Oh God,
okay, so that would be good. And I hope that's done. And you know, with Turner, Scott Turner, with some assistance, they'll be better. I just don't know how much better that they can be when there's a schism in the locker room from people that are just playing for contracts. And like I said, Diablo is playing for a contract, and Merrick's playing for a contract, and Spillane is playing for a contract. And you know, of those two, I would definitely say, I didn't do it. Maybe. I'm sorry, folks. AJ split. I didn't dump him, so it wasn't me. You saw that my hands were up here. But everybody's playing for a contract. And okay, I'm gonna get Bishop back on. Okay, once everything is ready, because I heard him ping. Okay. because I don't want to unceremoniously get people off. Hey, AJ, I brought you back in. So I can let you leave the nice way. I didn't boot you.
No
You.
problem.
You know that.
I understand.
Okay, because I was just talking.
Yeah, no, that was my bad. I
I think he lagged
apologize,
out.
but
Yeah, I think he lagged out. He just like froze on my screen.
I think there's a nasty disdain that's within the Raider regime right now that I'm not sure is going to get fixed unless the right people are let in there to actually just call out the pink elephant in the room and just say what they need to say. And at the end of the day, the players can't go into season number 2 like our tight end we got, Brock Bowers. I like his attitude. He seems like he's going to be a good find for us. I just don't want him to get hurt. Seriously.
Yeah.
Out there and overused. You know what I mean? We got to protect him for many years to come. Whatever mayors is going on with him, they better fix it.
Well, it looks like he's going to be back this week, they said. I saw a report that he could be back by the Miami game. So
I remember when we got him out of Notre Dame.
Yeah, Mayer's supposed to be back this week, and it's not
on that guy.
It's not. Yeah. Hey, I seem to recall somebody was on TV when we picked Mayer in the draft on both ESPN and NFL Network that was shown front image going ecstatic that we picked Michael. I can't remember what his name was. Oh, it was me because I was on fucking screen on ESPN and NFL Network saying that what great it was. Look it up. I was like thinking Michael Mayer is all that in a biscuit. But
I think what they were expecting
his issues it's not football issues.
I think what they were expecting with Mayer was they were expecting last year with Mayer what they're getting this year with Brock. And they didn't get that. But again, that wasn't Mayer's fault. That was just the instability in quarterbacks last year. And with McDummy running the team, once he was gone, obviously the offensive play calling changed because we put in a steady quarterback for the rest of the season. Early in the season, it was hit or miss who was going to start. Jimmy Garoppolo, he went from Carr to Garoppolo. How you tell me, anybody that's watched any type of football, you tell me how that's a step up. That was, if at best, an even move. That was a lateral move. There was no gain in favor for us. Everybody thought Captain, he was with the Patriots and going with that system. They thought he was going to be great, and it was complete opposite.
Yeah, there was something I wanted to say when I first came on, and it was this right here, and I'll pardon my way on out. If you're not paying attention to something that happens when Raiders come to play for us, and then when, for whatever reason, they go to another team and they show up and show out, and you're sitting there wondering, why didn't they play for us like that? How come they didn't play and do what they're doing over there? They didn't play with that moxie. Just like Josh Jacobs. Look at him. Look at Derek Carr. Look at Devontae. He wants to show up over there in New York like he's going to do something great, but he's back there dropping balls again. Hey, man, you could have did that in Las Vegas.
I was going to say.
Okay?
Well, he was doing that in Vegas.
Time to trade him, the time to trade him was in the draft. Maybe then we could have got a top pick to get one of those quarterbacks. But now here we are tanking.
And that's why I was pissed that, he pulled that shit when he pulled that shit. The time to get rid of him was in the off season, not during the season. And I hate the fact that he fucking pulled all that shit with almost halfway through. I wasn't at least a quarter of the season was still, it's like the quarter of the season, and I'm like doing that shit.
And I can't blame the coach at the end of the day, because I wonder what it feels like for him to be in that locker room and saying to guys, if you're not going to be a part of this program, there is the door. Okay? There is an option. He had 2 years on his contract, and he decided to do what Antonio Brown did is, I'm going to dictate my way on out of here. I'll tell you something. When I met with a an agent several years ago at a bar before I was who I am today. And I asked him the question, what's up with these players? How come they don't perform the way you see them in college and in the pros? He says the connection from here to there is this. Guys play how they are paid and how they want to play. They don't give their full potential. Everybody's not Eric Dickerson. What's the linebacker? I'm forgetting his name. Lawrence Taylor, or many Raider greats that we've seen over the years. Yeah. But these players play with this. Well, I'm going to drop a ball. You a pro, man. People paying crazy money to see you, and you dropping balls. And then you say you want out? You want to be traded? Oh, you want that one? Oh, I would have made him sit. And if the Jets stink it up, at least we'll have a high third pick that'll seem like a second round pick of the late second round. Happy Veterans Day. Thank you, brother, for gracing me on the show today. God bless all the veterans and all those who are serving, and God bless the Raider Nation. And hey, the LA Dodgers, let's go get another one.
Thank you, brother.
Good on you, AJ, and good to see you. The Raider Reverend, who is the bishop, okay, because it's the way I say it. To me, he's Raider Rev, but he is the bishop, AJ Brayhew, the righteous Reverend, the bishop, AJ. Okay, thanks for coming in, brother. Oh, and you're welcome every time. If everybody would come in, I wouldn't have enough space where everybody would come in. But I see you when I can. Take care and tell the Wi-Fi, and then hopefully one of these days I'll get some of that good food that I've been looking for. And I'll just do another pick.
Hey, well, we gonna get it, man,
care, brother.
One way or the other. I'll see you.
You got it.
Later, man.
Take care, man. Be well. That's the bishop. The Raider Reverend, the bishop. I have to say it like that. He says, "I ain't no damn reverend. I'm an elder, and he went from elder to bishop. So I'm not gonna downgrade him. Okay, I'm not gonna downgrade him, but I just."
Did they just intercept in the end zone again?
To me, he is the Raider Reverend, the bishop. There you go. I got D-Boy West, J Raider 505, J Murph 1231, Al Rashid. Okay, hopefully I got that right. I Make Blocks is over there. Again, if you're on Instagram, come over to YouTube because I can see your stuff. I can't put your stuff into. But again, there's and again, it's not. I have all of these feeds, and you see, like you might see the spinning circles of death. It's because the Instagram sucks up a lot of power, and that's why it's doing that. And again, I want to say thank you. I will have, and I if you said it, I will wear the shirt. The coin is fucking awesome. Yeah. So I actually have a new coin bag. That came out good because the bag I had was so small, so I got a new coin bag, and now I just got to figure out how I put, because I keep it in my pocket in my vest, and it fit. But now that I've got your coin and I got Swag's coin, so now it's getting so big that hopefully I can still fit it into the. But I got to have my coins with me because someone does a coin check. I'm like, fuck you, I got it. Okay, so if any of you,
I got a whole stack of them.
Say where's the coin. Yeah, I hear. Which one you want to see? So I keep them all. But again,
that's good.
Jeff, it was a week where we didn't have to fucking worry about the Raiders losing.
No,
and it was nice. God. I actually got shit done. I watched college football yesterday and cleaned my room. I watched pro football today and cleaned my room. It doesn't look like I cleaned it because I'm making stacks of shit and putting things together. But when time comes, when I need to bring folks over here to the house for the Tampa game, it'll the couch or the mini couch up against the desk, so there's like more room in front, and I've consolidated other things to make it a little bit nicer. But hey, it'll be sharp. It'll be ready to go, and it'll look it. Plus, I might be able to get my drum set up where I can actually play, which is important for me. But what did you do this weekend instead of watching the Raiders lose? And yes, I said that correctly. Instead of watching the Raiders lose, what'd you do?
Well, pretty much I did what you did with watching college yesterday. I wanted to make it a point to watch Colorado because I wanted to get another good look at Sanders, and I'm slowly getting on board with them. I know you don't like it. I just don't want the Deion thing to come with him. If we do end up with him.
Yeah,
I just think he's the best talented quarterback out there for us.
I know. He's got a ton of talent. And it would be wonderful if you can get him and Hunter, but you'd have to give up. You would have to do what the Texans did and give up a first rounder next year to say, I want Sanders and Hunter to come in as a package. And it can be done if that's what you really want. But honestly, you better have somebody to fucking block for him, because if you go Sanders Hunter, double first round, you better have somebody come in and block. And it better be somebody that actually knows how to.
Well, I mean, and that's what works in our favor, though, because free agency, we're going to have a shit ton of money available. So if that means we got to go out and bring in free agent offensive linemen, then that's what we got to do. But I wanted to get another look at him, and I was watching the other game too, and obviously Wood couldn't bring them back to win that game last night. I mean, Sanders pulled it off. He ended up getting pulling them back and bringing them in for a win because they started the game off, and it wasn't looking like he was doing too great, that's for sure. And then he just kind of picked it up in the second half, and and today it was nice because from 9:30 this morning when I got up, I was able to watch football straight through to currently still watching the game right now with, it's 8 minutes left in the third quarter. So all I've done today is watch football, and I don't get to do that.
Yeah, and Goff just threw another interception.
Yeah. I don't get to do that on Sunday. Oh, it's just, I'm in a delay. It just happened now. On Sundays I'm at the bar.
I'm just saying
it's like a 4 o'clock game. I leave the house at like 3:30, and I don't get back home until, just before the night game starts. So I don't get really the chance to watch the 1 o'clock games. And really, I'm only watching the Raider game, obviously, even though it's on other TVs. That's all I watch is that. I don't watch anything else. But so it was nice to just enjoy.
Actually, the last couple times that I've been home, was it the Red Zone channel? I actually like that because again, I don't have the ticket anymore. But the fact is, what you can keep up with what the fuck's going on with the Red Zone channel. I just thought it was they would only show people when they're in the red zone. That because of the title, and I didn't realize it was like clip. So you can keep up with how a game's going on, and I like that. I said I don't need to. I really don't need Sunday ticket anymore because I'll eventually know what the hell's going on because there's enough, and the Raiders are normally a second game, a number 2 game. They're not normally the first game. Okay. So when I went to the sports bar last week with the son and I was watching the game because it was a 1 o'clock game, he's watching the Chargers, that was fine. But and you don't hear anything, which is okay at times because a lot of times the announcers are so fucking anti-Raider. It makes me mad. Kind of like watching Chris Collinsworth, and Al Michaels is not a Raiders fan. I can't stand that motherfucker. So thank God for that.
I can tolerate him. Collinsworth, I could give 2 shits for. I can't stand Collinsworth.
Oh no! I every time I hear Al Michaels, I always go back to the interview with Marcus Allen where he raked Al Davis over the coals. I was in San Diego. It was the early '90s. And I remember that all he did was, was tee him up for fuck Al quotes. And Marcus played right along and did that, which is why Marcus was a hated commodity for a long time with the Raiders.
Yeah.
Okay. He's since tried to get back into our graces, and he has to a point, but it's taken a while. But, I can't stand Al Michaels, and I will forever not like Al Michaels. So, like, that's not. I'm not going to get into the industry anymore. I figured I had like a way to get into the industry, but that's not happening. But anyway, fuck you, Al Michaels. So there you go.
This is a great Sunday night game.
I got shit done. I got shit done today.
Yeah, I got the game muted, so I don't even have to listen to Collinsworth right now. So this is like perfect. I can watch it, kind of figure out what's going on without listening to him. So it was nice.
Yeah, Carlton Davis is having a hell of a game. Yeah. We got a shit ton of free agent money.
Yeah,
and we got rid of Adams' contract. We got rid of. We're still going to have to pay. There's somebody I know I'm forgetting. We're going to have to pay somebody that's no longer here, but it's not like there's a bunch of. I'm trying to think of it. Who is the player? We're taking a hit on Adams, but that's going to be gone after this year. And into maybe next year, there might be some sort of I don't know. But
even the hit we're taking on Adams is minimal now. It's minimal on Adams right now.
Yeah, but it's like, man, I tell you, Meek Robertson would look really good.
Who did we trade away? Who would we have traded that would have? I'm trying to think. I mean, we weren't on the hook for Carr, and that was 2 years ago anyway, so that would have been done by now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he renegotiated with them, so that would have been over. Jacobs was not under contract because he was a free agent. So
yeah.
I don't think. Are you sure we're still paying someone?
I think
sure.
I think there's somebody we're still. Yeah, I know that I think if I remember right, there's somebody we're still paying. I don't know. It's not much. And I know that we're going to have, I think it's 125 million.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah,
I
know it's over 120. I know it's over 120. So we're going to have, I think the second highest. I forget who's the first. I want to say maybe the Seahawks. I think. I'm not sure. Because, with them letting Wilson go or not having him, that saved them.
I know we got it.
I'm not sure who's got the highest amount.
And I don't know, but I think we're at least top 3.
Yeah, for sure. I know we're
I think. Well, okay. I will say top 5. There might be somebody that might be in the same thing, but I know we should be at least top 3 or 5. I'll say 5, and that's fine. It's who do you get? Because there's a reason why people are free agents. It's a good and a bad thing. Remember, we signed, Jermaine Illuminor. Oh, that's a great signing. No, it wasn't. We signed Cody Whitehair. No, it was not. We signed, and there was another fucking piece of shit guard we signed. He wasn't
Mumford.
Signing. We re-signed James, and that wasn't a good signing. Yeah. So you got to figure out, and maybe it's hey, China's over there on Instagram. I saw her pop up. Good to see you, China. We got about 10 minutes left, so if you pop in, great. But if not, I appreciate you. I appreciate you watching in over there. China came in over on IG. But we're going to have a lot of money, but we need to draft well, and we need to put the money where in needed commodities. We need. And Wilkins is still on the team, and hopefully he'll be able to come back. So we won't have to go a bunch into for the DT. We just need to make sure he stays healthy. We still need an end. We still need a linebacker, and we need a cornerback. And that's why people were talking about maybe Carlton Davis of the Lions is going to be that guy because he's going to be a free agent, and we need a good cornerback. So, and Jack Jones might not be on the team. I'm sorry, Jack makes great splash plays, but he's not really consistent. So,
Well,
and just like I said, we need a quarterback, but
he's also a hothead too. You know, I mean, he ends up at least once or twice in the season he does something stupid that he either gets, you know, fined for it, you know, costs us a, you know, a personal foul penalty, you know, especially if it's on a play that we stop something, all of a sudden he does something dumb, and now we give them, you know, a first down over it, you know, plus, you know, sometimes up to 15 yards. That's the shit that kills me with him. You know, I mean, the kid's a missile out there. I mean, he hits like a ton of bricks. But again, he always becomes a loose cannon at some point, makes something stupid happen. But there's so many needs, so many needs. It's just sad that we're already talking about what we need to do with the draft. Here it is, halfway through the season. You know, I thought we were going to be way better than this.
Mm-hmm.
You know, based on how we ended last year. Because I mean, if you think about it, what did we really lose other than Jacobs? You know, and he didn't have a stellar year last year, so it's not like he was, you know, not like we're giving up a guy that just rushed for, you know, 1,500 yards last year. That was 2 years ago when he ran like that because McDaniels ran the hell out of him, you know? So it's
Right.
like we didn't really lose anything, but we didn't gain anything in the backfield either, you know? So it's like we've got so many gaps.
I think most of our woes are not having the right offensive line and the right system on the offensive line. If you change that immediately and threw some people in there that are better, we would be playing a lot better. We would have more time to pass, and we'd have more runs, and we'd have a better running game. It's the O-line and the system and the play calling. And we got rid of the play caller. We might have changed the system on the O-line. I don't know. We'll see. So. And I think that, you know, if it's obviously we can call. I remember when what was it, Walsh was running the bed and breakfast offense, and we can tell what the fuck the play was when it came to the line of scrimmage. Like 95% of the time, we could say, okay, it's going to be a pass play or it's going to be a running play based upon the way they're lined up and down in distance. We would be able, and we'd be right 90% of the time calling our own plays. And we're not in the NFL. We're not in the NFL. And if we can do it, holy shit, don't you think they can too?
Did you see Bishop's question? Do you see AP passing on a QB now that Ritter is on the roster? No, I don't see him passing on a QB because he knows that's our glaring weakness right now is QB. Ritter's still not proven.
Yeah,
and we know what we've got with O'Connell.
Yeah, Ritter's not.
We know that. Yeah.
And one of those guys is not a bad backup. Yeah, Minshew's trash, but O'Connell or Ritter is not a bad backup.
I look at it this way: if we end up definitely, if we draft Sanders, you have Sanders, O'Connell, and Ritter. There's your three quarterbacks competing in the training camps next year. Best man wins, plain and simple. And if it's Sanders and people are like, well, he should sit. If he comes out and he's firing on all cylinders and can handle it, but again, you have to have your OC that gears around this kid's playability. If you don't set him up for success, it's a wasted pick, you know, and you're just going to put this kid on the bench, and it's just you're back to square one again. You know, who do we start? Do we start O'Connell? Do we start Ritter? You know, back and forth, back and forth. You know, so if you don't put the right system in place for the rookie, because you know you're going to want to start him because he's got that too much talent to sit on the bench. You know, we're almost in that, like, we need to win because you're losing players. Players don't want to play. Coaches don't want to come here. Fans, fair weather fans will leave, but us diehards like yourself, myself, guys that have been around and fans for well over 40 years, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not picking up another team. This is in my blood for
Mhm.
me. I mean, I've been there since I was a kid. I'm not jumping ship. If somebody wants to jump ship, see you later. We don't need you.
Yeah, I mean,
So,
and people are going to accuse me of being fair weathered or not a Raiders fan because I'm going to sell my tickets next year.
you do what you got
I
to
didn't
do.
give up on the team. Yeah, exactly. I got to make a economic decision that's viable for what I see in front of me. Again, I'm going to sell half the season next year. There's my that when I sell half the season, those are my season tickets and a profit. Okay. And I never ever get anything back for the $21,000 that I put on my PSL. That's gone.
Oh yeah,
That's
that's
gone.
crazy
I
too.
will never get that money back. Never. But if I get money back for my season tickets, that's a win. And if I sell half the season next year, I will have my season tickets for sure. I never get my season ticket money back. For those that were wondering, I got over $2,000 for the Steelers game. Okay, and I sold them to a Raiders fan. That didn't cover my season tickets, but it definitely helped. It definitely helped. Okay, and people were wondering how much I pay for my season tickets. I looked at the bill, folks. It's $5,000 for next year for my 2 seats. $5,000 for 2 seats next year. So you do the fucking math, okay? If I sell half the games, I will definitely make at least $5,000. So I'll have my tickets paid for and make some
Yeah.
money. So people telling me I'm
plus
not a true fan, fuck you.
no, yeah,
And
I
yes,
would never call
I
you.
will say this as well. I will say I don't give a flying fuck who's in my seat because I tried to do it. I would hope that it's a Raider fan, but you know what? When I put him up early, because I never put him up early, when I put him up early, I said that's pure fucking profit, or that's what it is. I'm gonna get the best price, and whoever gets them is gonna get them at a good price. I remember that I think it was like the one game that I sold early was when the Steelers were in Oakland, and I sold that game early. I sold the 2 tickets up in the club, and then I saw that they were resold twice. I sold them too early, and I was front row. Yeah, I had front row by the end zone when I went to the game, but I was checking the price. It's like they were sold, and then they were sold and available. Okay, so you know what? I was like, okay, maybe I did it too early, but I'm going to make sure that I get my money for that. See you later. The day we become winners. Yes, see you later. The day we become winners, don't come back. Okay, this is
hell
from
no. Yeah, I hate that too.
Shadow Trace. Okay. Hey, I've been a fan for over 50 years, Shavo. Over 50 years. I'm not giving up on my Raiders. I'm not. I'm going to the games. I'm just going to half of the games because I want to go to I need to get my money for my season tickets. I'm not giving up on the Raiders. I just need to make some economic feasibility. I live in Florida. People think, oh, Cam Jack lives in Arizona or California or Nevada or Texas. Fuck you. I live in Florida. Every game is an away game for me, except for this year on December 8th, where I will be going to Tampa. Every game is an away game. So I'm not giving up on the team. I got to make decisions because I'm retired now. So if you think that I'm fair weathered, you're not paying attention, Chavo. So I'll just leave it at that.
Well, plus the other thing you'll look at too is
so yeah,
how much money
Bishop
do you
is
want to
supportive. Thank you, Bishop.
how much money do you want to spend to go to these games too when the product on the field sucks? You know, it's like
That's my
you go there to
point.
watch them lose.
That's my point.
You know, I mean, they come to
No.
New England. I'm going to try
I
and
can
go to
do
the
that
game.
from the
Tickets,
from,
yeah, the tickets here in New England are stupid
I want
expensive,
to
but I don't get to see them play all that time.
I want
can't
to go
afford
to New England.
I hope they come here next
I
year.
want to go to New England because I've never been to New England, and that's another thing that I'm when there's an away. If there is an away game at a place that I haven't been to, I'm going to that away game. That's what I'm going to do. So I need to spend money on away games places I haven't been. I haven't been to New England. I want to go to New England. I think Philly is next year, and that is a game. As a person from Philadelphia, I will go to, providing that I'm in a good posse, because I know you don't go to games in Philly with the wrong colors on. And I'll let you guys know this: I ain't wearing my best. I'm gonna wear Captain Jack stuff, but I'm wearing my old hat, my old vest. I ain't wearing all my regular because that shit's gonna get trashed by Philly fans that are fucking ignorant fuckheads.
Oh yeah,
I
they're
said
brutal.
it
Just Philly
because
people
of the way their fan
Philly's
base is.
horrible.
This is a Philadelphia Flyers jersey. This
Yeah,
is
you
a
walk around
Flyers
with that, you'll be
jersey.
fine.
I know how Philly fans are.
Yeah, for that
Yeah.
weekend, you walk around with that
If I
jersey
walk around
on,
with
you're
my
gonna be
Flyers
good.
jersey,
Yeah, or a Phillies.
yeah,
You know,
I'll walk around with my Flyers jersey or my Phillies jersey.
you'll be
Yeah,
fine there.
but for
You
the
know,
game,
no, not
for
for
the
the game. I'm
game,
talking while you're just in the city.
I gotta be
Yeah,
Captain Jack. People, if I don't wear my Captain Jack shit, people are gonna call me. Oh yeah, in the
yeah. I saw
city,
Captain Jack.
I'll wear my Flyers and Phillies gear, and then when I got to go to events, yeah, and I got a Flyers jersey that says Captain Jack on it. I got a Flyers jersey that says Captain Jack on it, so I'll do that. No, Jared, you got to hit the link, man. You got to hit the link. I didn't see anything come in on the link. You got to hit the link. And my phone is. I tell you, I can't have you on the phone into the microphone. I can't do that. First off, it hurts my hand to hold a phone next to the microphone. Jared, please I know you got an Apple. Fix your fucking Apple. If there's somebody that had Jeff, you got an Apple?
No, never.
You have an Apple phone, Jeff?
No,
No.
Android.
There you go. It's an Apple thing. There are people with Apple phones that have trouble getting in. There is. But I tell you what, Ed Winchell has an Apple phone and he gets in, so it can be done. It can be done. Fix your Apple phone in order to get in. I'm just saying, it can be done. And Jared was every time we had a show, Jared was in when I had the call-in show. But the call-in things don't work anymore because I tried it, Google Voice. It don't work. It don't work. So that's just the way it is. Oh, start of the fourth quarter. This is a good game. I'm definitely gonna watch this game. Good, because there's only about 7 minutes left in the show.
I'm gonna get off.
I'm
now
definitely gonna enjoy watching.
I'm gonna back out.
I'm sorry, Jeff. That wasn't.
No. I want to watch the rest of the game. I want to listen to Collinsworth.
See, there you go. Yeah, I'm gonna watch the rest of the game just like this, not hearing anything. It'll be enjoyable. It'll be enjoyable. But Jeff, again, I want to thank you for your your care package. I put the patch away for Captain Swagger.
Sweet.
So he has your patch. He's got my patch. The Oaktown Pirate patch that I showed him ready for that. So he has that in his he'll be getting that. So he'll be getting those two patches and a great shirt, by the way. By the way, the shirt has the logo. If you see the logo that Jeff has on his hat, that's what the club patch has that, and also the t-shirt has that. So it was great. But again, thank you, Ed Winchell. Again, if you're just tuning in, we're about ready to tune it down. Jeff, as always, thank you. I want to play the Pats in New England. You know why? Because I know nobody will fuck with me with New England Raider boosters around me. I know that there's a bunch of fucking ridiculously fucked up New England fans, but with Jeff and the whole New England Raider boosters around me, I'll have a posse I can roll with. I need that. I need the Jersey boys to come in, the Jersey Shores when I go to Philly, and I will probably have Philly Sports Guy, my buddy Philly Sports Guy. I said, I'm walking in with you, because if I walk in with Philly Sports Guy, people won't fuck with me as much.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I hope they come up here, because then it's up to me to start thinking about planning for the club the pregame party on Saturday night before the game, and then what we're going to do for the tailgate the day of the game. So I got a lot of work ahead for me. So that's why I can't wait for the schedule to come out. So as soon as we know, then we got to stop planning immediately, or it's just not going to happen. So, and I know what it took for us to do the 20th anniversary.
And I will
it was a shit ton of work. So,
for those that are looking to find out what's going on in Tampa, we still don't know. And it's in less than a month. So that'll tell you it's unfortunate. So, Jeff, thanks again, brother, for coming in. Always good to see you.
Take care. Happy Veterans Day tomorrow. Thank you, buddy.
You got it. Blessings to you, and I appreciate that. I can't say, and it's one of those things, it's like I can't say Happy Memorial Day or Happy Veterans Day, especially Happy Memorial Day. Veterans Day is like, or it's like thinking about veteran. I know, because especially Memorial Day, it's like you can't have a Happy Memorial Day. I understand. I know the thought was positive. I know the thought is positive, but I can kind of see Happy Veterans Day because of the happiness for all of my shipmates, my brothers in arms, the soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, Coast Guardmen, and now Space Forcemen that are in there with me, and also the civilians that work in those organizations, because I was one of them. I was a U.S. Air Force civilian, U.S. Army civilian. Depending upon who was running the contract, that's who was paying me. So that's the way it is. So thank you for that. I will be on the Food Fest starting tomorrow. I'm going to go get some breakfast at Denny's and go from there. So again, thank you for that. We'll have a show. I'm not sure. Is Peggy's show this too? She'll let me know. We'll have a show with Peggy this week or next week. I got to see what on the when it is, but we'll have a show with Peggy. Wednesday, NFL Nation Live will be there. Thursday, I will have a show for sure. So thank you for popping in. Always a pleasure. Thank you for coming in. Like, share. Show everybody out there. Come on in. And if you got an Apple phone, find somebody that knows how to get your shit on an Apple phone. I'm not berating Jared. It's not just Jared. There are other people that have had issues with it. I know. There are other people that have issues with it, but get on an Apple phone or get a Android for the show if you can. Anyway, take care. We'll see you on the next show. Be well, and thank you to my fellow veterans. It's great being with you.